And now we move up to the main event of this final UFC card of 2022. Jared Cannonier versus Sean Strickland. Both of these guys are going to want to stand and strike. Jared, kill a gorilla. Cannonier, most recently, is coming off of that unanimous decision loss to Israel Adesanya, in which he unanimously, I think, took the second round. I'm not positive it was the second round, but I know that he unanimously took a round from Izzy Adesanya. He's got the KO over Derek Brunson, in which he got him to the ground and landed some of the most vicious knockout ground and pound that I've ever seen. He also has the unanimous decision win over Kevin Gastelum. He lost to Robert Whittaker, and then he won via TKO uppercut to ground and pound to Jack Hermanson. That's the way Jared Cannonier wins. He at least at 185 pounds. Sorry, it's hard to remember because Jared Cannonier is a guy who's fought at heavyweight, fought at light heavyweight. He's been all up and down the rankings, and or not the rankings. He's been all been up and down the rankings too, but he's been all up and down the different weight classes. Jared Cannonier, he's gonna land a big bomb or two, and then that's gonna stun you, and he's gonna follow up, and then he's just gonna maul you until the ref pulls him off. That's the way Jared Cannonier historically has gotten his wins. Either that, or he wins the decision from landing more and being the longer fighter. Standing only at a 5'11", but having a 77.5-inch reach is what makes Jared Cannonier and his style successful, is being able to be far away and still land where his opponent, who may be taller than him, is still out of reach to land. So Jared's going to be explosive, come in, bang, 1-2, and be able to step out. Against Izzy, the problem was that Izzy has such long legs and Izzy had such good movement, he was going to be able to move away. In this case, against Sean Strickland, it just has that style where he's going to be like this and he's just going to march forward. So I think it's going to be good for Jared Cannonier to maybe stand his ground, pop in, bang, 1-2, and get out. The thing is, Sean Strickland, he has a history of going against guys with that style and still coming up ahead. It's because of his pressure style. It may be harder for Jared to pop in and then get out because the guy's always coming forward at you. You maybe want to move forward and be maybe moving side to side and then boom, pop in and then come out, or boom, pop in and then move off to the side. The fact that Sean Strickland, even against Pereira, was just walking forward like this is going to make it harder for Jared Cannonier to do the pop forward thing, because he's going to end up too close to him. So he's going to have to really be good at picking his shots and manage that, but having the reach advantage is always going to help. Sean Strickland, like I said, he's going to be moving forward. He's not going to be at that much of a reach disadvantage, 76 inches to 77.5 for Jared, the Killer Gorilla Cannonier. He's coming off that left hook knockout to Alex Pereira, but before that, he had the split decision to Jack Hermanson, in which he pretty much chased Jack Hermanson around the cage, and Jack wasn't that willing to engage in the standing battle and kind of ran away from him until the end, when Sean Strickland was able to land the bigger shots, and for the majority of that fight, he was landing the better shots. So that wasn't a bad decision. Against Uriah Hall also, that was an opportunity where Sean Strickland just went out there and kind of bullied Uriah Hall. He was just chasing him around the cage, winning in every area. And even I think there was a short grappling exchange in which Sean Strickland was getting the better of Uriah Hall. So with all that being said, I think Sean Strickland is going to try and chase Jared Cannonier around the cage. I'm concerned about Sean Strickland, a guy who is traditionally been willing to stand and trade. He had such a vicious knockout of Alex Pereira just 4 months ago, coming back against a guy with big power in Jared Cannonier. And Cannonier is not like, he's 38 years old, but it's not like we've seen him fall off. Like I said, he just took a round from Izzy Adesanya. I'm not sure if Sean Strickland, in his even current state, is going to take a round from Izzy Adesanya moving forward. I think Sean Strickland probably has a lot of potential to get finished by a guy like Izzy Adesanya, and he thinks that he can fix the issues with his style, the issues with his fight with Alex Pereira by just keeping his left hand or his right hand up a little bit more. That was what's going to fix. That was the only problem. No, dude, I think he walks forward with this marching style, and against more dynamic strikers, quick strikers, guys with heavy power, that's going to be it's not going to lead to success for Sean Strickland as he works his way up the UFC rankings here. So I'm actually going to go with Jared Cannonier. I think Sean Strickland had just been knocked out a little bit too recently and a little bit too viciously. I think he's going to still walk through like this. I think Jared Cannonier is going to be able to maneuver around, land the big 1-2, land a hook shot. I think he's eventually going to stun Sean Strickland and be able to follow up on it. It is a 5-round fight. So, and Jared Cannonier has just fought 5 rounds. To my knowledge, or Sean Strickland has fought 5 rounds against Jack Hermanson. He doesn't get tired. He doesn't get tired. So that is one thing for Sean Strickland. He doesn't get tired, but so maybe later on in the fight he starts to find success, but Jared Cannonier can start to find it earlier. I think Jared Cannonier is probably going to take 3 rounds to Sean's 2. I don't think Sean is going to finish Jared Cannonier. In fact, I could say pretty confidently that Sean Strickland's not going to finish Jared Cannonier. So if anyone's getting finished, it's going to be Sean Strickland. Like I said, 4 months removed from that most recent knockout loss. So I think Sean's going to have to win by decision, and he's going to have to win by pressure, and he's going to have to bet on the fact that Jared Cannonier is not going to be able to land those powerful shots because he's moving forward. And maybe Sean can cut off the cage, but historically he hasn't really cut off the cage. He more or less chases people around. He just walks around them. And follows them the way they're backing up instead of moving aside, cutting off the cage, landing a shot, coming back over here, hitting another shot, coming over here, landing a jab, throwing a leg kick, mixing it up well. That's not Sean Strickland's style. His style is to just methodically walk around and land a good jab, land a good jab, land a good jab, 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 1-2, jab, jab, 1-2, body shot. Right. So I think Sean Strickland is just a little bit less diverse in a striker than Jared Cannonier. Jared Cannonier has the power. Both of these guys have pretty solid cardio. So for all of those reasons, I think it tips the scales a little bit for me to Jared Cannonier. So I'm going to go with Jared Cannonier to get the win here because he just has a little bit more of a variety of ways to get it done. Looking at Tapology, near even plus 100 for Jared Cannonier, minus 120 for Sean Strickland. So an ever so slight favorite on Sean Strickland. But that is your final UFC card of the year, and those are Pick and Fights Tom's picks for it. So with that being said, it's time for our